Oh, hello. Welcome to our today's Decay. We celebrate births and beginnings of everything important since the dawn of time. February 6th. All day. And what happened? Today, in 1736, Franz Xaver Messerschmitt was born, who absolutely striking, incredible artist who did all these sculptures of like his own face and others, but mostly I think his own, just like screaming and having insane meltdowns. Um, is this just somebody having like mental health issues? I would not be surprised, but his work is utterly incredible. Franz Xaver Messerschmitt. Do check him out. There's like a whole story to him. There's got to be a lot like books written about him. There isn't. I can't understand it. I feel like I remember reading something a bunch of years ago that he was involved with necromancy in some form or another. I don't know. Here in New York City at the Metropolitan Museum of Art, they have some of his work, but I don't feel like it does him justice as far as like just the range and scope and like check him out. My words tonight won't do it justice. You have to see it. Mamie Van Doren, born today in 1931. You know, a lot of like rock and roll icons, like people in the 50s, were not actual like rock and roll fans. James Dean, big fan of the jazz. Marilyn Monroe, I don't know. I feel like she probably was a pop culture and jazz person too, but I can't speak to that. What I can say, though, is Mamie Van Doren was like a rock and roller at heart. So, all hail Mamie Van Doren. Charles Adams, this is exciting. 1932 was the first, on this day, February 6th, was the first day Charles Adams had one of his cartoons published in the New Yorker magazine. That's why we're reading a collection here, Charles Adams Homebodies, which is much like us today, right? Because it is weather. Brrr, for homebodies, because it's freezing this weekend. Right, his 1932 illustration was not the iconic, what would become the Addams Family characters, but it was a step in the right direction. So yeah, happy Charles Adams Day to all who celebrate. Virginia's own Nightmare Theater with Jonathan first premiered today in 1958. I don't think there's any footage of Jonathan that exists. There's a couple of stills, some reviews that look like, you know, a lot of fun and like good high production value for what it was. There's a really great documentary called Virginia Creepers that's all about like the Virginia and DC area horror hosts from the 50s and 60s, maybe 70s too. And Nightmare Theater with Jonathan is featured on it. It's a really great documentary because you don't think, I mean, I don't specifically think about that region as having like a whole bunch of horror hosts, but there they all are. Pretty exciting, I'd say so. Yeah. What else? Oh boy, Zardoz premiered today in 1974, starring Sean Connery. I don't know what they were thinking. But it did premiere today, 1974. That much I can tell you for certain. Anyway, I think, what are we going to do, sir? Maybe read some more Charles Adams? Not go outside. No. Too cold for that. We're gonna stay in. We're going to be homebodies. You want me to read you some more of this? Okay. Coming right up. Anyway, that's it. From us to you. Till tomorrow.